Hello, it is I. Now, car guys have three things in common. They like cars, they worship Jeremy Clarkson, and they absolutely love to customize their pride and joy. And different car guys have pretty unique ways of doing so, which is exactly why I'm here with this video, as here are how different types of car guys modify their cars. And before we get into this video, come on guys, it's standard practice. 4,000 likes is the target, oh yeah. If you can hit that, then I'll make many more skits instead of just moaning about all the problems in Forza Horizon 5. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this video. Now you cannot be a JDM fan without loving a good old S chassis. So of course in this demo I'll be using this stunning S13. Okay, now that we got the car, let's have a listen to it. It sounds alright, but it could be better, so let's max out the exhaust now. Let's have a listen to it. Oi, now that is how an SR20 should sound. Now as you can see, these cars don't produce too much power, so you don't know what to do. Let's go into the converters, let's put a turbo kit onto it because you know it adds more power. And now we install drift suspension, let's add a roll cage for safety, and of course you cannot forget the drift tires. But we're going to be keeping the wheels stock because that, my friends, is hella JDM. Now let's put a body kit onto it, let's find a good looking body kit. Wait, oh my god, they all look terrible. Okay, now we paint the wheels something like a bright color, maybe a green like this. And now let's make the body kit white because that, my friends, is hella race car. Also, don't forget the zip ties because, well, race car. And you are done. Now that, my friends, is how you make a JDM drift missile. Although this car is really slow, so let's go to a faster car. Most Supercars owners don't really mod their cars, but those who do usually get something like this Lamborghini Huracan. Okay, once you got your car, you've got to of course change the wheels. And of course when you're a YouTuber, there's only one wheel brand you can go for, HREs, come on. Okay, after the wheels are installed, you know what to do. We've got to of course wide body this thing, come on. And as a finishing touch, let's add this wing to it. Now you can't have a crazy looking car like this and not do engine mods to it. So come on, we gotta go to converters, we gotta go to aspiration, and we gotta of course twin turbocharge the mother 1,215 horsepower. What do you mean? That's not enough, we need at least 1,500. Okay, now let's change the colour of the car to something a little bit unique, maybe something like, I don't know, British Racing Green. Red calipers, of course, we gotta add that extra power. And ladies and gentlemen, you are done. Now that, my friends, is how you modify your supercar. Wait, hang on a second, this car looks very familiar. Now, if you're a driving enthusiast and you want a car that's practical, then you get yourself a hot hatchback like this 2013 Renault Clio Renault Sport 200 EDC. Yep, that's a weird name. And then after you find out about the Nürburgring, you decide to turn your practical car into a track weapon. So you install some lightweight wheels like these OC racing ones, some super sticky racing slicks, then you get rid of a lot of weight from this car. Don't forget to add some speed holes because they make your car look more like a race car and they make your car go faster according to Homer Simpson. And finally, well, you know what I'm gonna do. We add a Nürburgring sticker to the back of the car. Look at that. Oh my god, that looks so good. And you are done. You can now take on supercars at Brands Hatch with triple your power and still come out first. Hey, this car, yeah, track weapon, you're done now. Okay, now you have two types of muscle car guys, modern muscle and classic muscle, but modern muscle don't really modify their car. So today we're going to be talking about classics. As you can see, your boy's got this 69 Chevy Camaro Super Sport Coupe, you're done now. Anyways, once you got your car, you may look at the engine and be like, oh my god, 6.478 litres, what do you mean? That's a lot of engine. And yeah man, it's cute I guess, but it's not enough. So let's swap in this stupid 8.9 litre V8 DSC. DSC, what is that, like something super, the frequently supercharged, that's what it means. Now of course you can't have this stupid power without modifying the suspension, so let's lower it very slightly. What's that, 0.9 centimeters? That's enough. Okay, that's enough low. Now let's change out the wheels for these very generic muscle car wheels which literally every muscle car owner puts on their car. And now let's change out the tires for these drag tires because, well, who cares about corners. Let's go to the hood, let's add a blower to it, hey, and you are done. Now you have a car with enough torque to pull a train. However, you can't take corners for shit. Now some people want to whip a foreign car, but paying 30 grand for a brand new BMW. Hey, what do you mean? So instead of a foreign, they opt for a citizen like this E28 BMW M5. So how do you modify a classic car like this? Well, let me show you. First of all, you change out the wheels to something that's very similar to the stock wheels, but just a little bit different, maybe a designer brand like HRE or something. Also, don't forget to remove the wing because we want a clean design with this car. After you've done all that, make sure to slam the car to the ground. Look at that. Also, make sure the wheels are chrome and no window tints, fishbowl windows, yeah? Okay, now to make the car seem more retro, let's paint the bottom half of the car this sort of grey colour. Make sure to add this Deutschland sticker to the back of the car because we want to make the car look like it's from Germany. Let's also put this German plate on the front of the car because it's swag. And you are done, my friends. Now that is how to modify your classic Euro car. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, this is pretty tasteful, you know. Now, Honda drivers have arguably the worst taste in modifying cars. Hey, I own a Honda, yeah, I'm allowed to say that. Anyways, to modify a car like you're a Honda driver, you need to get yourself a Honda, like this Honda. Anyways, once you got your car, you install the most ugly bumper you can find. Look like, sorry, that's terrible, man. Okay, the uglier it is, the better. Now let's go to the wing. Let's look like, surely the rear bumper can't get any worse than the stock one. Okay, come on, look like, hey, that is dreadful, man. Okay, side skirts, surely that can't be bad. Okay, now the wheels are actually pretty good looking. You know, you can't go wrong with 7-spoke wheels, so we need to ruin it, okay? And the way we do that is by finding some 3-spoke wheels. So let's find that. Let's, oh, look at that. That is perfect. Now, of course, as a Honda driver, you need to make sure your exhaust is as loud as possible. So let's make it as loud as we can. Oh, that is perfect. That is Honda sound, you know. Okay, now I can't afford to paint this car any interesting colors, so let's just wrap the bonnet in carbon fiber and we are done. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, that is how to that's how to modify your Honda Civic. Okay, now let's say you have a classic American car from the 1930s like this Ford Model B. Well, instead of preserving its history and its classic nature, why not ruin this car in every way possible? So let's go to the conversions, let's go to body kit and let's remove the fenders. Oh my god, that looks so much worse already. Now you see this chrome bumper, it's a little bit too shiny, so let's get rid of it. Okay, look how that, it looks so much worse. Now the roofline of this car is pretty weird, so let's remove some headroom because less headroom is better. Hey, who decided to put a suitcase on the back of this car? You know, man's got luggage on the outside. What do you mean? Let's get rid of that, please. Now for the paint, you already know what we're gonna do. Let's paint this car matte black because that, my friends, is what a hot rod looks like. Okay, now let's put some flames on the side of the car. Hey, look at that. And just like that, you are done. Oh no, I forgot the engine mods. Okay, let's go to conversions. Let's swap in the engine. Let's put in this one. Okay, now very nice. Now we're done. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you turn a beautiful classic car into that. Now, if you're a weird person, then you most likely own a Jeep Wrangler. But this car doesn't seem off-roady enough, so let me do this, and then, oh, look at that! It's had a lift kit done to it. I definitely didn't change the car. It's definitely the same car. It just has a lift kit. Shut up. Okay, now that we have a lifted Jeep, let's try and make this car as bad as possible off-road. So let's swap out the wheels for something a little bit more blingy. Hey, look at that. Also, don't forget to make the wheels as big as possible. Look at that. Hey, rappers are drooling right now. Okay, now we painted this car this sort of white color and look at the chrome grille. Hey, man's got a chrome grille on his Jeep. How unuseful is that? And here is a finished product, but there is a little bit of a problem. The car still has off-roading capabilities. So let's squat the truck because everybody hates a squatted truck. And finally, we are done. Jesus Christ, that is appalling. You've now turned a rugged off-roading 4x4 into a tarmac warrior that rappers can flex in. Even though the interior is like 99% plastic. Hey, what is the hype about Jeeps, man? Now, if you're a fan of DSG farts, then you most likely drive a VAG car like an Audi S3, or in this case, a Mark 7.5 Volkswagen Golf R. So to modify your car like you're a VAG guy, yes, VAG, not VAG, okay, don't say VAG because that's very inappropriate. You need to install some very brave wheels, so let's find some, there you go, there's some brave wheels. Then install a Maxton design lip kit all around the car, even though this isn't Maxton design, but it's the closest we can get, yeah? Now make sure the exhaust is as loud as possible, that is very average, my friend. How about a race exhaust? Hey, now that is how a Golf R should sound. Hey, spits flames as well, you know. Let's install a hybrid turbo kit because everybody has a hybrid turbo kit in the UK. Okay, now we can paint the brave wheels black even though it hides the design of the wheel. Like, why would you do this? Then make sure the windows are as dark as possible because no face, no case. And voila, you're done, my friend. You can now drive through town centres scaring children with your DSG farts. Okay, now you might be thinking there are so many ways to modify a Supra. What are you on about, Yuwan? And yes, there are, but their owners do the exact same thing over and over again. Okay, now first of all, you need to get yourself a Supra, but there are 3 colors you can choose from. You could go with a white, you could go with a black, or if you're a little bit saucier, you could go with a red. But of course, I'll be choosing white. Now, what's the first thing you do when you get a Supra? Well, you swap out the twin turbos for a single fat turbo. Because single turbo means lag, and lag is good, it's scary, scarier car, better car. Okay, after the engine mods are done, you of course add this lip to your car because every single Supra has this lip. Stock bumper with a fat exhaust tip. Okay, now you can choose any wheel you want as long as it is 5 spokes. Look at that. Make sure the tires are as thick as possible on the rear and make sure the tires are drag tires. Okay, now we can lower the car like so. No need for weight reduction. And brakes, we need stock brakes because stock brakes is scarier and scarier Supra is better Supra. Let's have Paul Walker tribute stickers on the back of the car. And voila, you are done. Now that, my friends, is how every single Supra driver modifies their car. Now that, my friends, is very unique. It's not unique at all. What am I on about? Big man ting, yeah? If you enjoyed this video, then you might want to watch this video up here, so give that a watch still. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, there's a button down below here, somewhere over here. Press it, yeah, and I'll be happy. Thank you. Anyways, have a good one, guys. Cheers.